Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watchman is here with your latest update on the tropics. Today, we're going to be mainly focusing on the Mediterranean Sea, because now we do have, again, that tropical disturbance we've been watching here in the Mediterranean Sea, as you can see right there. Because it's nighttime there is no visible satellite imagery. So we cannot actually show any visible satellite imagery, simply because there is none and it doesn't exist. So when we do using this, as you can clearly see, there is a center circulation. I was hoping this would play by the time I started streaming, and it still hasn't. It's still loading. Oh, that's why. It's because I meant to click on this one. Now it's going to take even longer. Okay, great. So again, that's the system we're watching for. Seeing if it's going to develop any better. We have seen this. I was watching it about 1:32 in the morning. I was still watching to see what it was going to do. See if there was really any posts I needed to make early in the morning. But no, I didn't really make any really late posts. But that's the system we're watching right now. Very, very concerning, because it is expected to move this direction and then kind of curve up north and make landfall there near Italy. And so we're going to be watching this, because I mean, most of the models are still saying at least 50 to 60 mile per hour sustained winds. Earlier this morning, they were expecting the winds to be at around 70 miles per hour with higher gusts, so a high-end tropical storm, almost a hurricane. So this could certainly be something we got to watch out for. This could be certainly a dangerous thing. Again, they are finding winds of about 30 to 35 mile per hour sustained winds. The government of Greece has not issued this to be a tropical depression at all. And so that was just, something we got to watch out for, because again, tropical storm making landfall in Italy or Greece or Albania or anywhere in the Mediterranean Sea is very, very weird. So as you can see, there's the satellite imagery of it. Clearly, you can really see a lot of convection here. The latest in that giant burst of convection, I found temperatures at the top of the clouds of about negative 81 degrees Fahrenheit. It was absolutely incredible. It was like negative 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that really shows. We saw about negative 69 to negative 71 degrees centigrade Fahrenheit yesterday when we saw a burst of convection. Now we're seeing temperatures in the negative 80s in terms of this convection. So that shows you the water temperatures are warming up. The environmental conditions are overall getting better, and the storm is able to develop and really organize a whole lot better. So again, that is one of the reasons why we're able to see and why we're seeing these temperatures so much higher or so much lower here in the upper level in the clouds, way up in the atmosphere. Again, negative 81 degrees. That's over 30,000, 40,000 feet up, maybe even 45,000 feet up. So that's incredibly high up there. Tens of thousands of feet. Tens of thousands of feet in the air at about negative 80 degrees. That is very, very cold at that altitude. So that's something we're going to be watching out for, because right now that does have the possibility of producing lots of heavy rain and gusty winds and definitely stormy conditions if this does in fact make landfall there in Italy. And it could be potentially a bad situation here. So I do kind of want to talk about the clouds on the altitude. So again, this is what we're looking at, negative 60 to almost negative 70 degrees here. So as you can clearly see over here, this should be the latest. Wait, is this 15? No, 5 minutes. Okay. So as you can see here, we're seeing temperatures in the negative 70s, about negative 74 and negative 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Very, very, very cold temperatures, as you can clearly see. Look at that, negative 76 degrees. But if we move over here and look at where the majority of the convection is near the center of the circulation, it's still pretty cold, about negative 60, negative 63 degrees centigrade. So we are still seeing very, very low temperatures. But again, we're not seeing anything like we were before, negative 80 degrees centigrade. I mean, or Fahrenheit. That was just like, wow. That was it was kind of scary almost. You know, it was very, very low, and kind of intense. So that's what we're looking at right here. I'm gonna play the last few hours again and kind of talk about the convection that we've seen here. Water temperatures are good. I believe the dry air is starting to decrease now, and the Saharan air layer, the dry air is starting to decrease, and so is the wind shear. So I do think that this has a good chance, a pretty good chance of becoming a named tropical system in the Mediterranean. It just blows my mind. Things like this are actually possible. You don't usually hear tropical storms. I mean, in 2020, a very powerful hurricane. So there were a few websites that were saying winds were as high as 100 miles an hour when it made landfall in Greece. Hurricane Ionas, Ionas, I don't know how to pronounce it, with apparently a max wind gust of 127 miles per hour was recorded there in Greece. So that's almost Category 4 sustained gusts. Those are major hurricane force wind gusts there in Greece that they saw there. Fortunately, this will be nothing like that. We will not see a 100-mile-an-hour hurricane approaching the Mediterranean coast, the European coastline. But this right now, we will see 50 to 60 mile per hour sustained winds are very possible. 40 to 50 mile per hour sustained winds are more likely. That convection is intensifying. As you can clearly see there in the past several hours, you saw a huge burst of convection, which really sort of blew up and has really allowed this storm to intensify. It really held that convection, and then it went back down again. Generally what storms do. There's a good chance this could intensify even more. We do think maybe 35, maybe later this afternoon or even into this evening, we may even see winds above 35 miles per hour and closer to 40 miles an hour. So that's something we're going to have to watch for here in the coming days. So in terms of what we're looking at here in terms of wind speed, let me get that up right now. This is a Zoom Earth, so I'm going to just take a look and see what are we looking at here in terms of the wind speeds. Excuse me. So again, we are seeing I almost said temperatures. Winds 24, 27 miles per hour. Just gotta look all over the place. I mean, earlier I was seeing winds of over 30 miles per hour. But again, I do think we If you kind of come out here, you certainly see those winds much higher. You start to see 30-mile-per-hour winds. You start to see 36-mile-per-hour winds, 35-mile-per-hour winds. You come closer to this inner circulation. The winds come down. You look way out here, we start to see 37, 38. Not far from tropical storm force. You know, so that's going to be that's certainly going to be something we're going to watch for, because these winds are just coming right on in to the system. We do think this storm is going to intensify even more, and we will certainly see what we will actually find. Will the storm get stronger? Will it not? Certainly something we're going to watch carefully on. If anyone has any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to go in the chat and leave them below. We do have Tropical Storm 25, or Tropical Storm Malaw, Tropical Depression number 26 in the West Pac. Let me closely monitoring these two systems. Currently, this is what Tropical Depression number 26 looks like. As you can see, it is about to make landfall, so it doesn't have a huge time to really develop and look very well. It doesn't look very well developed or organized. As you can see, here is Vietnam over here. Here is Laos over here. Here's Thailand over here. Here's Cambodia. Myanmar over here. Here's China to the north. Over here, I want to say the Philippines are here. Malaysia's down here. I want to say this is Indonesia down here. I might be wrong. And I want to say over here might be the Philippines. So closely going to be monitoring that system too. As again, it certainly has the possibility of developing into something we will need to watch for. We do have a very large tropical system here in the. We do have a relatively, not only a large, but a relatively strong tropical system here in the North Atlantic Ocean that's packing quite a strong. The winds are pretty strong. Winds are excessive over 40 miles per hour, as you can clearly see here. And it's going to start heading out. I don't know why it says it's there when it's way up here. I want to go to National Hurricane Center and see what they're saying here at the 1 p.m. advisory, or the 1 p.m. update, I should say. Currently, it does have a 10% chance, so it has, the chances have dropped off. Deepening non-tropical low pressure system with a tropical storm force winds is located about 200 miles south-southeast of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The extratropical low is expected to meander off the mid-Atlantic and northeast U.S. coast through Wednesday, bringing rain and wind impacts to portions of those areas. After that time, the low is expected to move eastward away from the United States coast and could acquire some subtropical characteristics while it moves eastward or southeastward over the warmer waters of the Central Atlantic late this week. For more information on the system, including storm warnings, see products issued by your local National Weather Service office, high seas weather forecast issued by the National Weather Service. So again, in the next 2 days, has a 10% chance of development. And then in the next 5 days, it still has a medium chance of development of about a 40%. There are no tropical systems expected in the East Pacific in the next 5 days. Rick has dissipated. Rick has died. Nothing in the Central Pacific. But those are the two storms we are watching there in the West Pac, Malaw, which is expected. I don't have my epic pen out because I'm not prepared like I should be. A good person would be prepared all the time. And not having to really think about, oh, I'm not prepared. But in this case, I am not prepared. But again, this storm is just literally going to move right into Vietnam, produce lots of heavy rain. You can already see those rain bands are making their way into Thailand, into Vietnam, into Laos region, and into Thailand. Heavy rain is going to be the biggest threat from Tropical Depression 26W. What the hell? Random ad came up. Okay, that's not weird. Okay, so as you can clearly see, the storm is literally just going to move in this general. Oh my god, I can't draw an arrow. Damn arrow. The storm is located roughly right here, so it's very soon it's going to make landfall. It's going to move in that general direction, and now Malaw is just sort of going to move like this. And again, it is going to bring swells to Japan, and so rip currents are definitely going to be a problem throughout the country of Japan. So be careful and mindful of those rip currents if you are along the beaches of Japan. To me, I feel like it'd be pretty cold. But if you are in the visiting the beaches today in Japan, please be careful and be mindful that a tropical storm / typhoon is not too far. Not too far, meaning like a couple thousand miles, right? A couple thousand miles away from Japan. So closely got to monitor that and see what that's going to do here. Here is a close-up look on tropical storm Malaw. As you can clearly see, it has a very good banding. Center circulation is right here. You can easily see this dual stream outflow here. Kind of see how this wraps in like this, and how this wraps in like this. So they all kind of wrap in together. Here are the Mariana Islands. Maybe the Marina Islands. I don't know how to pronounce them. Here is the country of Guam down here, or the territory of Guam. Excuse me. I don't want to make any mistakes here. And there's some other islands right up here. Japan is in that general direction. It will become more in focus as the storm gets closer to the Japanese coastline. I really don't have a lot to say because, currently there's really not a lot to talk about. I do want to go to take a look on this, do a refresh, see what we got here. So again, that's around the Mediterranean. We're going to closely monitor it and give quick updates in case anything does in fact come out and develop from that tropical system. I genuinely don't think anything super extreme is going to come out of it, in my opinion. I do want to go to the Meteorological Agency of was it France? UK, Meteorological Organization of France. Hold up. I literally forgot the name of it. I'm just going to type in south in, I can't think, Indian Ocean. Hold up. I have it on my phone, actually, so I'm going to pull this up on my phone again. I have not been organized. So, later this evening, I'm going to have to absolutely be much more organized when I do these tropical updates, because we'll be mainly talking about that system in the Mediterranean Sea, but definitely can't see what I'm doing. But we will certainly be talking about that storm there in the Mediterranean Sea, but we will give updates through our community. We have unlocked the community tab, so we've been posting updates about tropical disturbance in the Mediterranean, the storms in the South Indian Ocean. I've been doing updates on all these storms throughout, the days and everything. So now let me just whip out what that was. Okay. Reunion. Meteorological Agency of Reunion. Reunion. Meteo France. I couldn't think of it. Like Meteorological Organization. Okay, whatever. Who cares? So that's a tropical system that we're looking at, and the possibilities of it developing. So, it's a cyclone yellow pre-alert. So again, this is where the tropical system is at. It has this area of development, and it looks like it's moving in a general direction like this. But again, it could turn south, or it could go generally west. Gonna closely monitor what this system does, because again, it could affect the islands of Reunion and Mauritius down here, and also the country, not only just the island, but the country, Madagascar. And we also have to watch our friends over here in Eastern Africa, Ethiopia. I don't know all my countries, Ethiopia, area like that. So I'm going to go over this update here from the Meteorological Agency. What is this? I think this is just literally just oh my lord, talk about a document. That is a document people don't joke around with. Okay, that is, when you see a lot of colors like that, you know it's serious. Alright, let's make sure it's English. Okay. So, in a case of a yellow advisory, not a yellow advisory, a yellow pre-alert situation. So, again, you got to remain vigilant, kind of keep abreast. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. of the development of the phenomenon by listening to the media fronts, bulletins, press releases from the prefecture, the local press. So, don't listen to rumors, don't help spread them on social networks, follow the official accounts on Twitter, they have these phone numbers here. I don't exactly know what, is that a phone number? Whatever. I don't know. These literally just, it's a yellow alert, okay? Stay calm, don't panic, use the phone when absolutely necessary. Prepare for cuts in electricity. Cyclone Purple. A tropical cyclone or major cyclone impacts more than 2 kilometers an hour. Wow, that's like 140, 130, 120. Freak, I don't. Backup phase. This is red, so we're in the yellow. I'm pretty sure this would be classified as yellow. You can go around downloading files. Okay, so. Oh, wow. So this is a reunion. I think this is Mauritius or Maurice in this language. I don't know. Do they speak French? I would assume this is a French island thing, country. I don't know. So that's what we're looking at right here in that region. If we go to we are on cyclone. As you can see, no cyclone activity in the progress over the southwest Indian Ocean, but again, we do have this area of investigation, or this area of disturbed weather out here. I'm just going to draw X. Could go in this general direction. Please be mindful. Please be careful of the development of that storm. I'm going to go through the Mauritius Meteorological Organization Meteorological Services. They have a really pretty page, I think. I like. It's all really, really pretty and nice. So let's click on cyclone. Oh, okay. Current storm and cyclone. Just kind of talk about it. Make sure this is in English. Don't think there's anything. But I just want to go over it and make sure there's literally nothing. This is great. This is really good. This is what we like to see. Cyclone names. Provided by. Oh, wow. Anna. I can't pronounce most of these, but Isa, Jasmine, Karim. I almost want to say Karen. Nahazi, Najazi, Oscar, Pamela. Another Pamela? We just had a Pamela on the East Pack. Quentin Raba, or is it Rajab or Rahab? Because J's in America and are usually pronounced or not sounded out. They're silent. So I'm like Rahab. Uapo, I can't. Walter, Zengi, Yamari, Zanel. Okay. Wow, how many names are there? 26 names. Jeez. Okay. So clearly, as you can see, there are no cyclonic activity in the progress over the next several days. Excuse me. I can't read that. I don't know what that says. I have it. Okay, I'm assuming that. Whatever. And let's take a look at this now. Oh, this is the English side, I think, because they have the English flag. Okay, there's no cyclone activity over the southwest Indian Ocean. Alright, so again, there's nothing going on. I want to take a look at the models right quick of the southwest Indian Ocean. Again, if anyone has any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to go in the chat below and ask. What's this website for? I can't read what this says very well, but I'm assuming this has some. This is the Greek Meteorological Agency. That's why. That's right. I was like, because all of these are like Greek letters. Like that's the letter of Omega right there. That's with all these letters. I'm like, that's a. Oh, I just saw the letter of lambda. Lambda. This is definitely Greek letters. Oh, wow. Definitely the Greek alphabet, because I don't know any Greek. Okay. Can we translate this to English? Please? Because I don't know any Greek. Okay. We're going to automatically go here to the... I don't think they're saying anything. Warnings. Meteor alarm. What does that mean? It's a lot of people in this. Stormy wind sheets. I don't know what that means. Notification windy for Metara 3 National Meteorological Service announcement October 26, 2021 at 1600 UTC. Wow, would you look at this, y'all? So, they're saying an almost unchanged load center, 1,008 millibars, northern of said. Bruh, my friend's like. Northern Sidera, followed by occulted front vortex slowly, high pressure 1030 millibars, jeez, which are the northeast Balkans, and on low 1016, which is still relatively high. That's your low pressure. Well, I'll tell you. There's really not a lot going on here. I need to go to the forecast by sea, right? No, forecast by Metara. Ba-ba-ba. So, I mean, there's really not a lot going on right now. We're going to closely monitor the storm. Very, very, not really a lot going on. We'll keep you updated, alright? I like to keep these little updates short. I like to keep them quick. That's going to be it for today, guys. I like to keep these quick. I like to keep these short. I don't like to keep these going on all day and forever. So, that's it for today, guys. I'll keep you updated on YouTube. All that being said, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. I'll talk to you guys we'll be doing a quick update at 4 p.m. Central Time on this tropical disturbance here in the Mediterranean Sea. So, that being said,